Well, I'll just start out the video saying this. It's about damn time. The Aaron Rodgers saga is finally over. The deal is finally done. He is finally officially a member of the New York Jets as the trade has officially been made. Now, the terms of this trade is, of course, the Jets are going to receive Aaron Rodgers, pick number 15, and a 5th round pick this year. And the Packers get a pick swap with the pick number 13, a 2023 second round pick, which is 42nd overall, a 6th round pick, which is 207th overall, a conditional 2024 second round pick that becomes a first rounder if Rodgers plays 65% of the snaps. The deal is finally done. Now, you guys know I'm a Bears fan, so of course I'm a little biasedly happy towards this. But not only for that, but I am so tired of all the talk and all of the rumors and all of the lead on. It's over. It's done. We can now talk about what is going to happen next with both the Packers and the Jets, and that is what I'm going to talk about in today's video. So without further ado, let's dive into it. First, I am going to talk about this deal from the perspective of the Green Bay Packers. They finally get themselves rid of the entire saga, the entire drama that I've always compared to Brett Favre. And isn't it eerily similar that both ended up being traded from the Packers to the New York Jets? It is very, very odd in that perspective. But other than that, the Aaron Rodgers cloud that has been reigning over this franchise for the last 3 to 4 years, as in, is he going to retire? Is he going to come back? Is he going to make a decision? He's going to this dark dungeon and all of that, and it's finally over for us fans that have had to witness everybody talk about it, and for the Green Bay Packers organization. Now, for the Packers organization, they can finally see what they moved up to get in 2020 in the first round, which is Jordan Love. We finally get to see a big sample size as he's now going to move into that QB1 range. Of course, you're going to have Christian Watson. You're going to have Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon in that backfield. You still have a very productive, solid offensive line. So we're finally going to see what Jordan Love can do, and was he worth moving up in the first round to select in 2020. Now, I personally think Jordan Love is a really, really solid quarterback who just honestly hasn't been getting the reps because Aaron Rodgers has been a quarterback all this time. And I personally think he can have some success. And me being biased as a Bears fan, I really hope he doesn't. But just taking my Bears fans perspective out of it, I think Jordan Love can be a very solid quarterback in this league. It's going to be interesting to see how his development and how his growth grows from here to years down the path. And they were coming up on a 5th-year option for a first-round player. So I think this was the best move to get rid of Aaron Rodgers now and see what you have with Jordan Love before you have to make a really, really changing decision to give a 5th-year option to a guy that you haven't seen play for a majority of the snaps yet. And with this Green Bay Packers team that can finally start to build an entire roster versus Aaron Rodgers eating up a lot of the salary cap, they can finally start to get some guys in that can complement Jordan Love and really, really help him succeed and really, really help this Green Bay Packers team stay afloat. Now, of course, last year didn't go as planned. It is oddly enough to see where this team is going to go as far as record-wise, but I can see them being around the same level that they were last year, maybe a little bit worse because Aaron Rodgers saved them in a lot of those games last season. But with Jordan Love, like I said, we finally get to see what he is made of, and I hope, just from a football fan's perspective, not the Bears, that they finally get some first-round weapons and first-round talent to surround and build this team around Jordan Love. Now, looking at this from the New York Jets perspective, they come out as big winners, and that is only if Aaron Rodgers is healthy, number one, and two, he starts to get back to a little bit of that MVP form that he had in 2020 and in 2021. Now, this team is a very young roster that was a quarterback away from really being competitive, and I believe that they solved that quarterback issue with Aaron Rodgers. Now, of course, you get a guy like Breece Hall back healthy to pair with Rookie of the Year wide receiver Garrett Wilson, Corey Davis, Allen Lazard, who they brought over from the Green Bay Packers, Mecole Hardman, Denzel Mims, Tyler Conklin, and CJ Uzomah at that tight end spot. Mekhi Becton, if he stays healthy, he's been one of those guys that hasn't been staying healthy his entire career. You get a guy on your offensive line, Vera Tucker, Connor McGovern, Laken Tomlinson. You really have a solid offensive line that you have with the Jets. And then on top of that, this proves that Zach Wilson, he deserves, or he is going to be coined with that bust label. As in, already 2 years into his career, the Jets are deciding to move on from him. Now, Aaron Rodgers is going to bring, of course, the big salary number, but he's also going to bring a level of quarterback play that they just did not have last year, whether it was Mike White, whether it was Flacco at times, or whether it was Wilson. They just really did not have that elevated quarterback play, which I think cost them in the long run as far as being a team that could have been a potential playoff appearance. Now, you're going to pair Aaron Rodgers in that offense, along with the defense led by Sauce Gardner, CJ Mosley, Quinnen Williams. That was one of the top defenses that we seen in the NFL last year under head coach Robert Saleh. So when you look at this from the Jets' perspective, I think they only got so much better with the acquisition of Aaron Rodgers, and that is going to put them at close to the top of the division with Buffalo. Miami's still going to be a very competitive team in the division. It's interesting to see where New England is going to be, but this just makes the AFC East that much more competitive. When you get a guy of Aaron Rodgers' caliber, of course he has to stay healthy, and of course he still has to play at a top level, which I think he could with those weapons that they have. And of course, Aaron Rodgers being one of the more talented quarterbacks that we've ever seen play the game of football. Then you have to pair with a very young defense that was very solid last year and one of the top defenses last year. You really have a dangerous football team with the New York Jets heading into the draft and post-draft, depending on what they do with that overall pick. But I just think both teams at the end of the day can come out as winners, as if Aaron Rodgers is finally off of the Packers and the Packers get off of that saga, and the Jets put themselves right in contention to win that AFC East. Super Bowl contenders is still going to remain to be seen. It has to. I think we're going to see that probably midway through the season if this Jets team can truly be a Super Bowl contender, but playoff contender, that just made the Jets team net. So both teams comes out as winners, and I really think that this trade was a very good trade for both sides. That is all I have for you guys. Make sure you guys leave this video a like. Comment you guys' thoughts on the trades down below. And as always, click the sub button and notification bell so you will not miss any of the content that I post. But APW Sports signing out. Make sure you guys stay safe. Have a great and excellent day. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.